Enjoy the show. Drive on Lugnutz.
Welcome, gearheads, to Lugnutz. I hit the ear button.
Yeah. Welcome, Lugnutz. Recorded on 26 June 2022. Take 2, or 3, or 4. Colorado news. 100 square bodies. Toyota recalls the wheels off. Estate. Merc Extra Long. And Merc Made.
Play on my channel. Drive on Lugnutz.
Right on over here to Facebook.com/Lugnutz Podcast, gang. We have separated. We have all 109 podcasts coming right here to our Facebook page. We're expanding out here, and this is where you're going to find our podcast going live every single Sunday when there is enough news. Just like this first story.
Well, 2023 Chevy Colorado debuts. They have some bean footage here. It will officially debut on the 28th, but we got this little teaser video described as an all-new truck. What they mean is the outsides are all new.
Yeah, it's still...
Insides are probably the same choices of engine you have in the Colorado and Canyon.
You don't say.
2.5 liter 4, 3.6 liter V6, or a 2.8 liter inline 4 turbo diesel.
Restart this bean footage here. Hang on. So, what I like about this is there's not enough, real off-road trucks, you know? Chevy always does trucks really well. You know, That's what I hear from truck fans is just, well, no, you haven't had a Chevy. Well, that's because I can't spell it.
Well, Chevy has other plans for 2023 with this next story. Up here, we have the Chevy 2023 Corvette Z06 Mark 8.
That looks great.
The Chevy, this will have a 5.5 liter V8 LT6 engine. Returns the Z06 nameplate to its naturally aspirated roots for better feedback over the supercharger. Mm-hmm. Their goal was to beat the last one, which was a high bar to meet. Yeah. So what they did was, with the LT6 Revs higher, is the flat plane crankshaft, which has very low inertia.
Okay.
And big revs.
Big revs, Christian. Big revs.
Yep.
Imagine
that's how they
like,
get there.
Imagine it like that dad at soccer practice. Come on. He does that big clap. Big revs.
This is the same engine that's in the C8R race car. And it won the championship. It had championship wins in 2020 and 2021. You know, there's no reason to stop racing. They're in their own cars. They're in their own bubble.
But
so like
COVID doesn't mean shit when you're in your own fucking car.
Yeah. Mask? Sure, I'll wear a mask in here, but there's no one else allowed in.
It's okay. I got the recirculator on. I'm fine.
I have a filter.
Some manufacturers like Honda, they tried to invest more in like different kinds of filters. Like, hey, maybe we should kind of look at that. But you have a cabin filter in most popular manufacturing cars, but you just have to fucking change that shit out.
There's not going to be many of these with the engine.
No.
No. You're going to want to scoop them up now.
While
Save your
they
nickels. And,
C-stores were prohibited.
Or you could have been lucky enough to participate in this next story. Ooh. Nebraska, there was a man who had a problem. He had a square body problem. Don't play. I don't know what's. Don't. Play
I don't
the
know what
video.
that is. It just changed.
That's not even the right truck.
There we go.
There you go.
Hey, what happened?
There was a man who had a problem. He had a square body problem, and he collected about 70 square bodies. A GM classic truck auction was held for square bodies in Grand Island, Nebraska yesterday.
Okay.
Square body was the name of the GM 1973 to 1987 full-size truck line with Chevy and GMC. Todd Carpenter, who runs Big Fish Garage Custom Truck Shop, who specializes in this model.
When's his Netflix
Set
series
it
come
all
out?
up. I don't know. But
I'm
that
telling you,
would have
I would
been
watch
awesome.
that. You know, I would totally watch that
we need
series.
more, yes, especially if he's like obsessed with one thing.
Oh, yeah.
He collected these
He
trucks.
just collects these?
Yeah, that's all these. You go down, there's many different
And he just
types.
obsesses about it?
He collects them all. He decided basically
Look at that.
it was time to let them go
Oh,
to new owners and new homes.
That's the whole series.
So this is the first step in getting rid of
holy
your truck
fuck.
hoarding problems.
Jesus. Look,
If you have this many trucks and you're not like Jay
Paved-
Leno who's setting up a museum or
on
something.
paved asphalt, you're not, this isn't like Canada where they have like the rocks and there's just like a whole bunch
No,
of.
that's for the auction.
Okay,
I don't know
so
where they
help-
were
all-
stored.
oh, okay. I
That's
was
not
about
where
to say, that is a very well
That was
thought
taken
out.
for the auction.
Okay.
Not.
I was like,
whatever.
damn, how
He
much money this
restores-
guy got?
He specializes in restoring trucks, so
Okay, so it probably wasn't
this is
this
the auction.
pristine asphalt that it was stored on.
I don't know where it was stored.
Probably not that.
Wow, that's
interesting.
a color scheme. Oh,
Screams America.
you know what also is screaming? 120 anniversaries. Cadillac is having a special edition. I think it's fantastic. They got
Looks
a new
good.
special edition Cadillac CT6 to commemorate the luxury brand's 120th anniversary, held in Shanghai. It's only available in China.
It has a bulgy hood, which kind of it complements the overall flow of the vehicle. You know,
China is the only place you could get this car after the Detroit plant closed in 2020.
I got a button for that, so it's.
So it's nice to know they're doing something for their anniversary, you know, in the People's Republic of China. You know, I can't wait till they should have some pretty neat cars at some point.
At some point.
At some point, they're really going to wow us. I got faith in the auto manufacturers.
Even Dacia surprised us once.
They do. They're a very, they're the most widely selling something in Eastern Europe or something. They sell something.
You'll only find the facts here, gang.
There were some slight body changes over the last year. A V thing in the front and a couple other things. They're only going to have 300 units, turbocharged 2-liter inline-4 LSY engine that develops 237 horsepower and 258 torques. 10-speed automatic. Nice to hear.
We are in Philly, so instead of thing, you can also use John. Yeah, John. So it's it's a crutch that you can use. A lot like.
Yeah. So Toyota's having a bit of a rough one. So they released their first electric car, and I want to give a big applause to CNN. It's actually the car we're talking. Would you shut that thing off?
The squeaky wheel, sorry.
Holy. They actually have the correct picture of the car on the website. Last time they were talking about someone, and it was not that. Good job. So they're recalling their first electric car. The wheels could fall off. And the axle could fall off. Could become disconnected at any point. They suggest you not drive the car.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. I mean, because some people they'll hear that noise and they'll just be like, man, that's weird.
This is the BZ4X electric SUV. Stop driving them, please. Your wheels are going to fall off, and boy, are you going to look ridiculous.
Man, am I embarrassed.
Oddly enough, yes, the Tundra has a similar issue where the wheels and the axle could fall off.
So they use the same parts?
Yeah. The Lugnutz won't help you there.
Not when
Your
the
axle
axle's
falls
falling
off.
out. Lugnutz got nothing to do with the axle, gang.
Yeah.
They are related, though, like blood.
On that bombshell, we go to a partnership story. Mercedes-Benz is partnering with California tech company ZYNC.
It's very...
They're going to work on
Interesting.
in-car entertainment specifically for that long screen in the Mercedes.
Look, man, I mean, if you got your own screen right here as the passenger, that's pretty fucking dope, you know?
Yes. They say through our partnership with ZYNC, Mercedes-Benz aims to unleash the full potential of in-car entertainment via benchmark settings.
Yeah. I mean, it's impressive, though.
Okay, it's nice that you're working to design something specific.
They're thinking about the occupant, you know, and how you're going to be entertained. And especially with all these screens in front of you, it is that overlying elephant in the room, just like Elon. He added video games. Why? Because you're going to be sitting in your car parked at a time, and who wouldn't want to play a video game while you're sitting in there? Now you can entertain yourself in your Merc with whatever. You can have opera playing if that's your fancy.
And if you wish to have that fancy, you could fancy this in an estate. An estate. Mercedes-Benz is working on an estate car. They haven't been around for a while. They're gonna do an E-Class estate. The reviewer had a diesel version. Ugh. But whatever. But here's the thing. It passed the strict emission standards of London.
Did it have any default devices?
She didn't. She just drove the car.
Well, she wouldn't know.
She just drove the
wouldn't
car.
know.
He.
Zer.
Zer. Who is it? There's a name. We can look at the name.
Negressa Banks.
She.
Kind of ambiguous.
Well, whoever it is. Whoever it is. I like your story, whoever you are. E400D 4MATIC has a 3-liter straight-six engine capable of 330 horsepower, 0 to 62 in 5 seconds, 40 miles per gallon. That's not bad.
Yeah, but Elon made 5 seconds seem like trash.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's a different thing. That's a different thing altogether. There. Reportedly, it is comfortable and stylish and convenient, like you would expect. Mercedes-Benz.
Reportedly comfortable.
I'm reporting it. I didn't sit in it. I'm just.
You know what? Somebody told me it
telling
was
you about the
comfortable.
story.
Somebody told me it was
console.
comfortable.
Let's see if they have a picture of the center console in there. Center console wood is finished with open pore ash wood veneer.
So it was expensive.
They're not going to show it, are they?
Hang on.
Yep, there's a badge. That's what I want to see.
There we go. We're getting some more. No, they're not.
12.3-inch cockpit display. The car comes with 64 ambient light colors to alter the mood.
Okay.
The Arthur only had issues parking when in London because of the length. But then again, who doesn't have problems parking in London?
Not to say that was just London.
I know when I was never there, I've always had trouble parking.
Oh, I've always never had trouble there.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, don't care. We appreciate your comment. But another thing we appreciate is this next story.
Mercedes is going ultra long range. Look what we can do. Look what we can do. Mercedes-Benz has traveled 747 miles without stopping. in an electric car. They beat their previous record, which was 626 miles.
I mean, it's something.
They had the air conditioner running for 8 hours with a 14-hour drive.
That's not bad. You got air conditioner too? You don't got to sweat? That's pretty nice.
Yep. This will never be on sale ever.
Yeah, but they got air conditioner when they did it. That's the win of the story.
Yeah, they just want the record because they're Mercedes. They're not gonna actually. You're never gonna see this.
Oh, I still just appreciate that they did it, and they were like, yeah, and you know what else I did? I had the AC on.
On sale today is the longest range vehicle, the Model S, 400 miles per charge. There's a company called Lucid Motors that sells a $169,000 sedan that's rated to travel 520 miles.
I think we talked about them.
Lucid, we don't report a lot on Lucid because when you search Lucid through the news, you get a lot of stock talk. They don't talk like Rivan. Like, you're a car company, right? Or are you a stock company? Like, what are you doing?
We are both.
I've never seen a dealership. Like, maybe you should get dealerships. Get a car. Get a car that people can recognize.
Where do people find your product?
Yeah, where can I find your products?
People can find our product.
Probably California is probably the only place they sell them.
Maybe.
And Mercedes doesn't actually. They're just showing what they can do. I hate when they do this.
Posturing.
Look how great we are. We could do this.
They're just peacocking.
No, we will not.
No, you cannot have it.
Thanks. I'll stick with my 200 miles of range. What are the French doing?
They're doing something weird.
This is the Citroen My Amio buggy. It's sold out in 17 minutes and 28 seconds. Okay. It is a limited run of 50 electric cars. I hope Jay got one. Because he needs one for his
collection. It kind of looks like they're trying to mix like a Mini with a Jeep. Like
Citroen only...
We cannot have doors too.
Citroen only offers this in France.
As
all
it should.
others are not invited.
As it should. You should keep this in France.
You can keep that.
Your fake Jeep buggy.
Yeah, and I don't think that would fare well against a Suburban. I had to do my thesis on cars.
I would rather drive... I don't know. I'd rather drive anything else other than that.
Yeah, so I did a sociological study on cars.
Okay.
And I looked at crash ratings for so they had this one where they took a smart car and a Suburban.
No, that Suburban.
That Suburban. There was no passenger compartment left.
That was like
there was nothing left.
That was like
letting one of these SUVs hit you. You're just there's nothing to bury. You're gonna be goo.
It's like a lion versus a link.
If I'm gonna get in with one of these, I need to know 4-star crash rating.
It's not happening.
Which would be really impressive.
The doctor couldn't even make that a 4-star crash rated car.
Well, how about we look at this next story and hail Hydra once again. Hail Hydra Volvo style. Volvo construction equipment has begun the world's first hydrogen fuel cell powered articulator.
Okay.
Weird articulator hauler. Articulator haulers are large dump trucks.
Is it articulate?
See how it turns, not like a regular dump truck.
That kind of articulating. Okay.
Probably good for cities.
I thought it was good.
I imagine because they got those teeny tiny little streets meant for like a horse.
I still think it's way too big to get down any kind of tiny street.
It doesn't look a lot bigger than Clarkson's tractor.
Which is still too big to get down most
but it doesn't have
streets.
the oversized wheels that his has. But he's driving through fields, and so are they. Yeah, this is part of a research project that started in 2018. It has a 12-kilogram hydrogen tank, which is a lot, I guess, for about 4 hours of operation.
I mean, when you look at it, you still have to worry about that hydrogen element.
They're
to it,
doing a
right?
lot in hydrogen, especially with their industrial equipment. We had another story. They were doing something else, hydrogen,
with the
several
buses.
weeks ago.
The
There's
buses
the buses.
in
There was
France.
another digger or something that I
Yeah.
covered.
Yeah.
It's nice to know. You know, this is also
When you get that
Automotive?
infrastructure to where you get the haulers, you get the diggers, you get that diesel replacement, that is where you're going to see a lot more of a change
oh yeah.
in the automotively, just diesel and automotive, regular automotive sales wise, because you are giving them a backbone. Because when you have this industry that is depending on hydrogen and electric, they're going to have to support it on a federal level. Like,
You have to start somewhere. And
You
if
want
it's
your
coming
shit.
in, at least you know where you can get it.
yeah.
And if you want to get something that was made here, well, we have a list that looks a lot like this. Cars.com has made a study ranking 95 vehicles through the 5 criteria, ranking them for how they were made in America. 5 criteria are location, final assembly, percentage of U.S. and Canadian parts, countries of origin for all engines, available engines, countries of origin for all available transmissions, U.S. manufacturing workforce. Let's give a look at that list. Oh, I cannot see. Up top, we got Tesla. So up top with the top 10, these are the most percentage of their cars that, oh, there you go. We can see it now, that are made in America.
Tesla Model
Tesla
Y.
with number 1, but Lincoln, it's all the way up there at the top as well. The top 10 are Tesla Model Y, Model 3, Tesla, Lincoln Corsair,
Honda Passport.
that's cool, Tesla Model X, Tesla Model S,
I'm seeing a pattern.
Jeep Cherokee,
Whoa!
not very, okay, that's made in Illinois, Honda Ridgeline,
Lincoln Atlanta.
Honda Ridgeline, Honda Odyssey, Honda Pilot, and we'll give an honorable mention to the Chevy Corvette made in Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Oh, yeah.
But still, they're still on single digits here. Let's go down and Acura is
East Liberty or
Almost.
Marysville, Ohio, as well with the MDX and the RDX. The TLX is in Marysville.
it looks like
Ohio.
only I guess that'd be 12% is not made, 28% for Ford Ranger.
Please make me cars.
Dodge Durango 36 is number 19.
Ford Bronco.
So these are the most made in America. And then
The rest.
there's the rest.
F-150. Kia
But
K5.
all these, they're all made mostly in America, assembled in America.
That is the key.
It's just
The
how
assembled.
much of the car is made in other countries.
Yeah, Honda
as
Accord,
opposed to us.
Nissan Pathfinder, those two, and as well as the Toyota Tundra. I'm not surprised because you get a lot of parts from other places and you just assemble it here. And guess what? Made in America.
Ford Mustang with a 2. That's not bad.
Chevy Malibu, Chevy Camaro. That's a little dagger in the back. Lincoln Aviator, Ford
Cadillac at a rank of 35 on the list.
Explorer. Oof. And then
Infinity QX60 at 36, 37 is
the
Lexus
Santa Fe,
ES.
39. Ugh.
Jeep Gladiator, wow, 40. That's a big number. At
1500, the Ram 1500 down at 45. Wow. Camry, Tucson.
GMC
It's a bunch,
Yukon,
man.
all the
Wow.
way down here. Acura ILX, wow,
The
that's
discontinued ILX.
mostly, that's made half not in this country, I notice. We sort of make it here. It's kind of assembled, mostly.
Ford F-150 hybrid.
These are the first Nissans that I'm seeing.
Yeah, man, all the way down here at 51, 52.
Cadillac,
53.
Nissan, Tahoe, Buick Enclave at the bottom.
Yeah, and then Camry, Corolla, Frontier. Everything is just barely
Here's the
made
first
here.
mention of Subaru as well. Look, wow, 70 out of the country.
Wow, that's actually really impressive for being very low on the list here.
70% of it's made out of the country.
Oh, out of the country. That's
Out.
less impressive.
This is not. This is
this is out.
This is the bottom of the list. They're like, yeah,
The bottom feeders.
right,
Yeah,
right. We
okay.
got a plant. It makes stuff.
So this
Cars
is just
come out.
even
your
more of
problem?
even more of a Lego factory as we get down below.
Oh, Volkswagen. It's the first Volkswagen. 66.
Was that
ranking.
the
It's
first
number
Volvo
81.
too? The S60? I thought that
Not
was the first one.
sure.
BMW.
BMW for the first
Wow.
time.
Yeah, that's definitely the
78.
first one.
Of course, they only make that
Nissan
mostly in
Leaf,
Germany.
Honda Civic, 89%.
Wow.
But that speaks to the Honda Civic's reliability because it is not made here. It's made in Japan.
It does have. It's one of those with the asterisks.
That's one of the very rare ones you were like, hey, you're glad we don't make this here.
Toyota RAV4 hybrid. That's all the way down the
Corolla and
line.
Civic both have those asterisks. Like, look
Let's
at
see. Yeah, and
Look
a
at the bottom
Hyundai
of,
Elantra.
bottom of the list is actually like, hey, you're probably glad this isn't made here. All of them have asterisks next to them. Elantra, that's a solid car for
No.
Hyundai.
Vehicles that come from one or more assembly plants outside the U.S. is what that is.
One or more. But,
So they're assembled in like two,
okay.
like in Mexico.
Main parts.
I'm assuming that means probably Mexico or Japan. Or,
Well, they like assemble like engine
I
transmission.
don't know, where's their automotive factory?
I don't know. You got to
Everywhere?
Literally.
Used to be.
Probably a lot
If you
more
want to
overseas.
reminisce about automotive factories, we'd love for you to reminisce over at pjandwh.com. Check out the email section and email us.
But we also want you to hop on over to facebook.com/Lugnutz Podcast. And that's where you're going to find us going live every single week. You can contact us there. And it does not matter if you drive a Ford or a Hyundai. Nothing rolls without Lugnutz. We'll see you next week, gang. Drive on!
It matters if you want something made in America.
Yeah, it does.
America. Total America.
Lugnutz made in America. Gonna be
Right
best Lugnutz ever. That's enough out of you.
I get it. It's very exciting. I'm very excited.
Almost super crazy excited.
Yeah.
Almost. Not quite. A little bit there. Excited for the next F1 race.
Yep.
Hoping that
break.
Mercedes gets their shit together. Like Ferrari.
Yep.
But
I just want some competitive racing.
Drive on Lugnutz.
we'll see you next week, gang. Bye-bye.
Stay tuned for bloopers.
Play on my channel. That was a good segue. Our Island Kelly.
for real. Come on, man. Quit it. Nobody asked your opinion. Here we go. We got that. Show. I guess there's nothing left to do but just go live.
Yeah.
On Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. We are going live on the 109th Lugnutz podcast. Because, welcome, gearheads.
Welcome to Lugnutz, recorded on 26 June 2022. What? Okay. Colorado.
Hang on.
What?
There's...
Colorado. What?
What happened to the fucking sound?
Sound.
Oh, you are. I'm not.
It's nice we do this live.
Isn't it? I can't hear you at all.
I can hear you. It's a little fuzzy, but I can hear it. Hello.
Test.
I can hear you.
Oh!
Yeah, you keep yours up. Start the thing over.
Never mind.
Edit all this crap out.
We got some great end credits here for our first inaugural Lugnutz podcast.
See, if you look over here, that is different.
Yeah,
than
I
that.
can't see anything in that monitor. I got a big light in my eye.
That,
A light in my eye. Whatever.
and then that, and then that. There's different lights.
I don't know. It is quite red. Like stoplight red. Oh. You know what they don't sell? A Leclerc hat. I wanted a Leclerc hat.
Charles Leclerc.
Yeah, they don't have a Leclerc hat. I wanted one I looked on the website. Ferrari, no Leclerc. What's going on? Maybe he's got a website.
He has his own.
Let's hope a Ferrari driver has his own website.
I mean, he probably has somebody manage it for him.
I've got a website.
Yeah, and you have somebody else manage it for you.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it.
Me.
Let's see if all the stories are there.
I saw
Are
one
there load of stories up there.
in my travels here.
Nuts of Lug.
I saw
Oh, yeah.
one. Nico Marzipan was criticizing
Yeah, that looks
Lewis
right.
Hamilton and how they're pretty much saying like, he needs to hang it up. He needs to hang it up. I mean, Hamilton hasn't been doing the best.
That's the car's fault.
Yeah. I figured mostly the car's fault.
You go back, and it's a shame they don't still do it with the Formula One drivers on Grand Tour.
Yeah.
Or the other name they used to call it.
TG.
Yeah, they'd all be in the same exact car with the same exact amount of fuel
Yeah.
and the same exact track, and there was no denying who was faster.
Yeah.
Everything was the same, but in Formula One, it's not.
It isn't.
And you know, most of them, I think, have been accused of cheating from one time or another.
I like this for
That's wrong.
a background
Okay,
in the beginning and end. We don't need to highlight anything else.
sure.
This is just our show.
Yeah. Or maybe we could.
Maybe if you reach out to facebook.com/Lugnutz podcast, maybe we would have you
The
on.
top ones cost more, and the bottom ones cost less.
But we also want them to hit that like and subscribe button. Comment below. Right above my head is going to be the very best Purge Hangers and Wall Hangers video for you. But right above Big Brother's head is going to be all 109 Lugnutz podcasts in a playlist. And of course, we want you to go over to Lugnutz main Facebook, facebook.com/Lugnutz podcast. And it never ends until we hear our main man Connor say,
Drive on Lugnutz.
we'll see you next week, gang. Drive on.
Drive on Lugnutz.